Welcome to the beautiful Sunshine State. Yes, it's true, we usually get gorgeous weather in the middle of winter, but every now and then it turns into Victorian weather. And to my good mates in Victoria, I hate to say it, but as ugly as it looks and feels to us today in Queensland, it's still about 17 degrees with the rain falling. You guys might get down around 6 or 7 when you've got the rain falling. I wrote a poem a few years ago. I was just looking back through some of my blogs, and I've always enjoyed writing poetry. Never actually read any of it online, and just interesting looking back at this one. I do make reference to having a drink in this poem, but today I'll go with a hot chocolate, thanks, instead of the other option. And this poem I wrote when we were on the verge of leaving Parmalat, but before we'd been able to make the decision to establish For Real Milk. And it went something like this. We do what we love because we love what we do. Come the end of the day, while thinking it through, with a beer in my hand and a tear in my eye, I can't help but think what I'm doing and why. Am I filling the need, putting food on a table, or being used and abused by the owners of a label? More than 80 hours a week, every day of the year, the work just gets done without thought or fear. So try as we might to explain the true facts, to paint the picture as our industry cracks, there'll be no turning back beyond the point of no return, as I continually attempt to stir emotion and concern. A failure I feel as my message is lost. The reception farmers get is as cold as frost. From the consumer, the processor, Woolies or Coles, it's as clear as crystal, farmers have no control. We'll get what we're given, we'll take what we get, no ability to negotiate, our prices are set. So be it each day, 14 hours at a loss, like a rolling stone farmers gather no moss. With the best of intention and the highest of hope, the work's being done and the farmer will cope. Yes, fresh milk you'll have, for as long as we can. That time's nearly up. Wasn't part of my plan. And I guess in saying that, while I feel grateful that we've been able to do what we're doing with For Real Milk and have a really strong platform to communicate with the consumer, it's still a constant struggle. And I know that what happened 2 or 3 weeks ago was none of my doing, really. You know, the way things turned around, and our sales were up by 78% in a space of a couple of weeks. My concern was always that that would not last, and that it was a knee-jerk reaction, that, you know, people developed a conscience for a couple of weeks. And sadly, you know, the 2 weeks since that have seen our sales drop back 20% again. So not only did it not last a couple of months, it couldn't last a couple of weeks. So who knows where we'll finish up. You know, it's just how it is. People aren't listening. I'll keep trying to talk as loudly as I can, and a lot of you guys are already doing everything and more than you can. I think that's the sad reality. I'm preaching to the converted through this forum, and the message isn't really spreading far and wide, even when it did through the hashtag Buy Branded Milk. It was very short-lived, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out in the coming weeks, but it certainly doesn't look very promising at this stage. Okay, thanks guys, I'll catch up again soon.